Welcome to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. If you would like to know the price, simply click on the link in the description below. If you enjoy our videos, we'd greatly appreciate it if you would buy a watch at JazzTime.com. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the Rolex Oyster Perpetual 34mm reference 114200. I'm going to talk to you guys about the case, the dial, the bezel, the bracelet, the buckle, the movement, try it on, and give you my thoughts. So let's dive right in. It's a 34mm, as I said earlier. That's from my thumb to my index finger. Now, Rolex makes their Oyster Perpetuals in a couple different sizes, the 34mm being a very versatile watch because it can fit either men or women. Now, women's, they make it in 26, 31, or 34mm, and for men, you could choose between 31, 34, or 39. So it gives you quite a breadth of sizes to choose from. Now, 34 would be on the large size for a woman, and it would be on a small size for a man, depending on your wrist size. So, yeah, it gives you some options there. It actually could be worn by both. Okay, so for example, a man and his girlfriend or wife could actually share watches if you wanted to wear a 34mm. But I've actually seen people do that. So, yeah, it's cool. Okay. It's using a stainless steel case and a monoblock middle case with a screw-down case back and winding crown. What does all that mean? Basically, it means that this watch is stainless steel. It's quite thin, about 12.3mm from my thumb to my index finger, and it has a pretty good size of 34mm, which is, it's good. It's a nice size. Okay, now moving on to the bezel. The bezel is a domed bezel. Now, Rolex generally makes their bezels with either domed bezel, fluted bezel, which is usually in gold, or it's always in gold. It could also be, I guess, in platinum, but gold, or they make it with diamonds. And this version is the base model, so it's in stainless steel, which is domed bezel. Now let's talk about the dial. The dial is probably the most interesting part of this watch. How many watches of Rolex do you know that uses basically green? Not a whole lot. Definitely not of this shade of green. I'm not sure why this watch hasn't caught on more. To me, it's an amazing dial. It's actually my favorite dial for Oyster Perpetual. Now, Rolex says it's a sunray finish on. It's a sunray finish. So what do they mean by that? Well, that means that if you look at it in the center, it shoots out like as a sunburst kind of style. Like, I'm trying to hold it in different lights for you, and so you can see that it sort of emanates from the center and goes out toward the edges. Even though it's all the same color green, in different lights it actually looks like different shades of green. Can you guys see that as I'm turning it? And Rolex also says that they put a metallic color, and it has shades of silver, gray, rhodium, and ruthenium. I don't really know what all that means. To me, it just looks green. In fact, Rolex says it's an olive green dial, and they say that it has a silver plating and some sunray finish and some other blah 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 stuff. But basically, it's green. It's really cool. And if you look at these edges here, I think that's a really cool touch of them to add this orange. And now, how often do you really see watches adding orange at the tips? Not really often, as in I've never seen that before. Okay, what else I like about this dial is that it luminesces. All these hour markers, they luminesce. So that means at nighttime you can see it, you know, because it can light up at night. So that in case you want to read your watch at night, you can certainly do so. That is as opposed to previous versions, which might have had a Roman dial. That's one of the things I think is really cool about having, you know, a index dial. Okay, now let's move on to the bracelet. The bracelet here is an Oyster bracelet. Okay, now they only make the, oh, I guess I forgot to say, for the Oyster Perpetual, since it's their base model, okay, I mean, I guess if you can call a Rolex a base model, you know, the base model, it does not have the date. Now, some people don't like that because they need the date or they want the date. You know, some people think more is better. You know, I actually think it looks better and cleaner without the date. It just makes the watch look very clean. When you have a little hump right here, it kind of looks, you know, it looks asymmetrical. Some people don't like that. And you know what? I don't really use the date a whole lot, so that wouldn't really matter to me. I kind of like the clean, flush look of that. Okay? Now, let's move on to the bracelet. The bracelet is an oyster flat three-piece link it's made of oyster steel, which is basically stainless steel, and it has an oyster clasp, which folds just like that. Okay? And what you might notice about this Rolex Emblem, it's not raised. It's actually indented. Now, they do this on the Oyster Perpetuals, but they don't do it on the Datejust. You know, it's kind of interesting. When you rub your finger over it, look at it in this angle. When I turn it this way, you see how it's completely flat? Now, you might be wondering, like, well, why would they do that? And I don't really know either. I can only guess, but I can tell you from, like, a standpoint of your usability, you know, if it's completely flat, it won't rub off. And it'll probably maintain this look for a very long time. I actually think that's pretty cool how they indent it, like engrave it in there, as opposed to have it sitting on top. I think that's a really cool touch. I don't know why they don't like incorporate that into more other watches of theirs, but only in the Oyster Perpetual line. I don't know how come people haven't made more of a fuss about it. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, and so anyhow, what you get here is brushed bracelet, and then all of a sudden it changes to this high polish buckled. It's kind of weird to me. I actually thought that I've actually seen this watch also with a sandblasted buckle. I'm not really sure, you know, which version's older, but I have seen it on both. So I guess they have variations of it. Okay. Anyhow, so that's let's talk about the movement. Now the movement is a 3130. It's precise to plus minus 2 seconds a day, and it has a power reserve of approximately 48 hours. And it also has a water resistance of 100 meters. So probably 100 meters more than any of us are ever going to take this watch. But okay, anyhow, so I said I would try it on and give you my thoughts, so here we go. I've tried it on, and my thoughts are that this is an amazing dial. I really like it. Now, my only complaint on this watch is that why didn't they only make green on 34 millimeter? Why can't they make it on 39? You know what? I really like green. In fact, I personally wear a green Submariner, green Hulk, and I think it would, but sometimes I don't want to scratch it or get it messed up. So, you know, I would like to have, for example, like an Oyster Perpetual like this, which is super thin. If you look at that, it's really thin, and it's all stainless steel, so it's much more rugged, and it's a lot cheaper, right? This one, you know, retails for less than $6,000, $5,000 range, at least as of 2020. So I just think, like, why would you not make green in, you know, those other sizes, like 39? You know, but at any rate, you know, I have an average man's wrist, and you can see the watch doesn't look too big or too small on me. It actually looks pretty darn good, right? I mean, wouldn't you guys say so? I have about a 7.5 inch wrist, you know, and to me it looks really good. So at any rate, my thoughts are that this dial color is awesome. I really like it, and if you'd like to buy it, please go to jazztime.com, JAZTIME.com.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to Model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos, and if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.